So you're feeling embarrassed. You are dealing with the emotions that are coupled with the idea of experiencing failure. You're really down on yourself and you're really just hating the whole situation. You feel gross inside. You're cringing at yourself. But I want you to reframe this real quick. All of that, it's great, because guess what? Some people literally never try anything new to where they never feel embarrassed. They never experience failure. It's because they never do anything. You got to experience something though. You got to experience something that you wouldn't have if you didn't go out of your comfort zone, if you didn't take that leap, if you didn't try to succeed at something. All of that is literally so fantastic, even if you failed. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, I'm Sky, and here I like to do a little bit of whatever inspires me or whatever's provoking my little thoughts. So if you end up enjoying the video, feel free to like and subscribe, and yeah, let's just get right into the video. Failure is just redirection. Think of it as you are just being guided to the place that you are actually supposed to be. And that thing that you just failed at was just simply not for you. And if that thing is just not meant for you, then not succeeding at it should not feel embarrassing. If you're anything like me, you tend to get like hyper attached to how you think things should go or the things that you really want. You tend to just like white knuckle those things and try to force them to happen. So changing your mindset to this to where it's a little bit more just like letting it go, letting things free flow, it's really difficult to change your mindset to that. But it is possible. You just need to try to allow yourself to get to that point. There are times where I still literally spiral about things, but I am always able to eventually regain my footing and change my mindset on those things to where it's a little bit more positive. It's a little bit more of an open mindset rather than a closed off, like still wall, padded room type mindset to where like, no, but I need to have this thing work out and I'm rocking in the corner over it. I try to open my mind up and allow different thoughts in. Like maybe that thing just wasn't for me. Maybe, you know what, I'm supposed to be somewhere else. Maybe that was just guiding me out of this path in life because I'm supposed to do this other thing that I'm going to realize probably by next week. It takes a lot of practice, but if you remain aware of your thoughts and your mindset and just like your train of thought, how your brain reacts to certain kinds of stimuli, slowly you will start to recognize and learn your cues as to when you should start reframing your thoughts on things. Failing at something does not mean that you yourself are a failure or that you're bad at things or there's something wrong with you. This one action or plethora of actions of failing does not say anything about you fundamentally as a human being. Why? Because not everything is personal. Failing is just a part of life. Every single person experiences it and will experience it over and over and over again for the rest of our lives. It's just a part of life. And if you freak out and have an emotional shutdown every time that you feel embarrassed over something, or if you feel embarrassed over a failure specifically, you will slowly start taking less and less chances out of your comfort zone until you become a prisoner of it. We blow up the idea of failing so much in our head to where it has to equal embarrassment, and embarrassment makes us recoil and falsely tells us that we are not good enough. But the truth is, you cannot be good at something without failing. You cannot learn new things without failing. Failing is just natural, and it really is just a neutral event. It literally means nothing negative or positive. The only positive thing about failing is the act that you actually did something out of your comfort zone, but failing itself, even succeeding, neither of these things are positive or negative. It's all up to how we want to perceive them. If you tried something and failed, you really need to sit back and analyze, is this going to matter to me in a month? Is it still going to be on the top of my mind by then? Probably not. And nobody else outside of yourself is going to be thinking about this one embarrassing event past it happening. And if they are, just really keep in mind that they are boring and miserable people to have to keep on circulating over somebody else's embarrassing event. That's loser behavior to me. But realistically, nobody is going to care about that one embarrassing thing you did at the end of the day, so you shouldn't either. Because think about it, can you really remember anybody else's embarrassing events? No, it's the same for them. It is only embarrassing if you make it embarrassing. Fake it until you make it. Act like you don't care until you genuinely do not care. It really does work. It literally tricks your mind into believing that you are okay even in embarrassing situations. And I truly do believe this. It is better to be cringe to some people than trapped in a cage in your mind, living a life that is so boring, dull, and inauthentic to yourself. A way to help cope with feelings of embarrassment is to try to keep your brain from thinking about that embarrassing moment until your brain eventually just doesn't want to go there anymore. You are only thinking about this event so much because it is fresh and it is startling to your nervous system. Try for the rest of the day, or maybe the day after that too, to actively try to avoid this thought so that when you actually do end up revisiting it, it won't be so overwhelming. Avoiding the exposure to the embarrassing thought will make your reaction to it a lot less severe. You'll be able to think about it a little bit more in a level-headed sense to where you're able to look at it not like, oh my God, this was so embarrassing, how could I do that? And it's like so self-deprecating. You would be able to look at it more in a way of like, oh, okay, what did I learn? What can I do better next time? What can I take with me from this experience? It won't be so overwhelming to where your brain will make it a bigger deal than what it actually is by revisiting it too soon. It will already freak you out if you think about it like within the hour after it happens, but it will become a bigger deal if you let yourself ruminate on it. And then suddenly it will become like this life or death situation for you. Like, oh my God, I'm never going to do that kind of thing ever again. Oh my God, how could I be so ridiculous for that? Like, it will just become so self-deprecating. So delaying your exposure will lessen your reaction to it. Because at the end of the day, it was just a learning experience, not a life sentence of cringe. Embarrassing yourself shows that you are trying. And if you never try anything new, you're never going to grow and change in this life. Posting on YouTube to me was so embarrassing in the beginning. And you can honestly really see it in some of my videos, especially at the beginning of my channel. I was just not comfy in front of the camera. I didn't know really what I wanted to say. I hated hearing my voice being played back to me. And I was just so hypercritical of like literally every single little thing. And I feel like you could sense it through the screen. But now I'm a lot more comfy. I know exactly what I want to say, how I want to portray myself, what I want to do. And I'm not saying I'm never embarrassed about uploading, or I'm not like a little critical about something, or I'm like thinking something through like a little bit too much to where it's like, just calm down. And I needed to go through that process of feeling so embarrassed, so cringed out over what I was doing in order to get to this point emotionally. I'm grateful for personally every opportunity that I have to try something new and grow. I have the audacity to do things even if I embarrass myself or fail, because life is way too short to really just live in fear over other people's perception of you. Feeling embarrassed really shows you that you are alive. It is such a overwhelming emotion, but it is such a intense emotion, and intense emotions are so beautiful. It shows us that we are alive and we are experiencing the world around us. And I really do think that is a really beautiful thing. It's such a wonderful thing about being a human, is like feeling the things around you. And feeling things is so important. Like, imagine a life like completely devoid of emotions and feelings. That would be pretty bleak. The good comes with the bad and the bad comes with the good. They literally go hand in hand, and you can't go like life without experiencing the other. If you never try anything, you'll never feel embarrassed. But if you never try anything, you'll never feel accomplished or proud of yourself or excited or exhilarated over trying something new. If you don't allow negative emotions in your life, you cannot have the good ones. I try to look at embarrassment and failure as a beautiful thing. It shows effort, and if I try again after failing, then it shows endurance. If I try again, it shows whimsical thinking. And ultimately, the more embarrassment you endure, the less you'll care about it. It's like rejection therapy. It gets you used to the emotion, so one day it will not bother you anymore. It sucks when you start out, believe me, like it does. It's like working out. You need to lift weights and your muscles are going to burn. They're going to hurt. You're going to be sore the next day and barely be able to walk because you really just did too many squats on your first day. But if you want physical strength, you need to push through until you get to that end result. Your homework for this video is the next time you find yourself feeling embarrassed or experiencing failure, remind yourself that nothing is lost if the goal is experience. Because at the end of the day, that is the goal of life, to experience the world around you, to experience the emotions, to experience what the world has to offer. But yeah, that is all I have for you today. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, feel free to like and subscribe. And yeah, I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.